Owen whimpered against Maya's shoulder. Cole stepped between the gun and the children. "You gonna kill kids now? Just like your daddy would have." Davy's gun hand trembled. Behind him, his deputies exchanged worried glances. 30 years of secrets, Ruth said quietly. 30 years of fear. When does it end? The sheriff's finger tightened on the trigger. Thunder rolled across the valley as Davies held the gun steady. Lightning flashed through the windows, casting twisted shadows on the walls. In that split second of brightness, Cole saw something change in the sheriff's eyes. "I can't," Davies whispered. His gun hand dropped to his side. "I can't be him." One of the deputies stepped forward. "Sheriff, orders are orders, not anymore." Davies holstered his weapon. "Get out, both of you." "But the operation—" "I said get out." The deputies exchanged glances, then backed toward the door. "This ain't over, Davies." After they left, Davies sank into a chair. His badge reflected the lightning outside. "They'll come back," Ruth said quietly. "With more men," Cole nodded. "How long do we have?" "Till morning." "Maybe less." Davies looked up with hollow eyes. "They got a big shipment coming through tomorrow night. Can't afford loose ends." Maya stepped away from Tommy, her small face set with determination. "We can't keep running. Maya, baby, you don't understand." "I understand plenty, Mama." Maya's voice carried strength beyond her years. "They killed Papa. They killed Grandpa. When does it stop?" Cole knelt beside her. "What are you thinking, girl? You got a plan to stop them?" "Maybe, but it's dangerous." Maya looked at Tommy, then back at Cole. "More dangerous than hiding forever." The storm was getting closer. Rain began pelting the windows like bullets. "What do you need me to do?" Maya asked. Cole studied her face. 12 years old, and already carrying the weight of her family's survival. "You sure about this?" "Papa always said sometimes you got to fight for what's right." Thunder shook the house. Cole made his decision. Cole saddled his horse as the storm reached full fury. Rain hammered the stable roof like gunfire. Maya stood in the doorway, her father's hunting rifle in her small hands. "You sure you can handle that thing?" Cole asked. "Papa taught me." Her voice was steady now. "Federal marshals 20 miles north?" If Davies was telling the truth, Cole swung into the saddle. "You remember the plan?" "Signal fire when the trucks come. Keep them here till you get back with help." Lightning split the sky. In the distance, headlights cut through the rain. The smugglers were coming early. "Maya, if this goes wrong, it won't." She stepped into the storm. "Papa said courage ain't about not being scared. It's about doing what's right even when you are." Cole spurred his horse toward the road. Behind him, Maya ran toward the house. Through the rain, he could see trucks turning into the Caldwell driveway. She was 12 years old, facing down armed criminals with nothing but determination and her father's old rifle. The road stretched ahead, muddy and treacherous. Cole pushed his horse harder. Every minute counted now. Maya's signal fire bloomed behind him, a beacon cutting through the darkness. At the Caldwell house, Maya positioned herself at the window. When the first smuggler kicked in the door, she was waiting. "This is private property," she called out. The man laughed. "Little girl, you'd best run along." "No." Maya raised the rifle. "You run along." Ruth appeared beside her daughter, holding Jim's shotgun. Owen emerged from the kitchen with a baseball bat. 3 generations of Caldwell blood finally standing together. "You killed my husband," Ruth said quietly. "My father." "Not anymore." The smuggler's smile faded. Outside, more vehicles were arriving. But so were other lights. Federal vehicles with sirens cutting through the storm. Cole had made it through. Justice was coming home to the Caldwell ranch at last. "Papa's gone forever," the girl whispered. "But my brother's still out there." The rancher rode into the storm. Maya's small fingers latched onto Cole Brennan's sleeve as he stepped toward the sheriff's station. Blood had dried brown across the front of her yellow dress. Dirt caked under her fingernails, like she'd been clawing at something desperate. "Papa's gone forever," she whispered. Cole stopped, looking down at the child. Her dark eyes held something too old, too knowing. "What do you mean, girl?" "Dead. 3 days now." Maya's voice barely carried over the evening wind. "But my brother's still out there." Cole crouched to her level. The smell of fear mixed with unwashed clothes. "Where's your brother?" "Owen ran when the shooting started. He's only 8. Been hiding in the woods since. Your mama know you're here?" Maya's face crumpled. "Mama don't talk anymore. Just rocks in her chair and stares." The station door banged open. Sheriff Davies stepped out, badge catching the last sunlight. "Maya Caldwell, what did I tell you about bothering folks with your stories?" "They ain't stories," Maya said, but her voice got smaller. Davies looked at Cole with tired eyes. "Kid's been through something. Makes up tales to cope. You know how children are." Cole studied the sheriff's face, then looked back at Maya. Real terror lived in those eyes. "Not imagination, not stories." "What kind of shooting, Maya?" She glanced at Davies, then back to Cole. Her whisper cut through the evening air like a blade. "The ones with badges killed Papa." Davies went still. His hand drifted toward his holster. "That's enough, Maya. Time to go home." "Tommy's scared to come back," Maya continued, gripping Cole's sleeve tighter. He saw what they did. The sheriff's jaw tightened. "I said that's enough." Cole felt the weight of something dangerous settling over the porch steps, something that went deeper than a child's grief. Cole followed Maya down the dirt path, leading away from the sheriff's station. The Caldwell property sat a mile out, where broken fence posts leaned like old bones against the dying light. Maya's bare feet moved silently across the packed earth. "Mama's in the house," Maya said. "But she won't talk to you. What about your papa? Where'd they leave him?" "Stable. Behind the hay bales." Cole's stomach tightened. The wooden structure sagged under years of neglect. Inside, the smell hit him first. Sweet and wrong. Maya pointed toward the back corner, where hay had been scattered to cover something. Cole pulled the bales aside. Jim Caldwell lay twisted, 3 bullet holes, center mass. His shirt was soaked black. A deputy's badge lay in the dirt beside him, not his own. "They dropped it when they ran," Maya whispered. Cole picked up the badge. Deputy Marshal stamp, but the name had been filed off. "You see who did this?" "2 men. Told Papa he knew too much." "About what?" Maya shrugged. Through the stable door, Cole could see the house. A woman's silhouette rocked in the front window, back and forth, mechanical. "That's Mama. Been like that since it happened." Cole pocketed the badge. "Maya, what did your papa know that got him killed?" "I said the sheriff was taking money." "Said bad men were using our land for something?" Maya's voice got smaller. "Said he was gonna tell someone important." A horse whinnied in the distance. Cole froze. Hoofbeats were coming up the road, moving fast. Maya grabbed his arm. "They're coming back." Maya pulled Cole away from the stable as the hoofbeats grew louder. "This way." Owen leaves signs. They slipped into the tree line behind the house. Pine needles crunched under Cole's boots, while Maya moved like a ghost. The sound of horses stopped at the Caldwell house. Voices carried through the evening air, harsh and demanding. "Where do you think he went?" Cole whispered. "Tommy's smart. He knows these woods better than anybody." Maya pointed to a broken branch hanging at eye level. "He did that. Means he went deeper." They pushed through thick undergrowth. Maya stopped at a fallen log, running her fingers along the bark. Fresh scratches spelled out M in the wood. "He's leaving messages for me," she said. Cole heard the deputies shouting at the house. A woman's voice answered, broken and distant. Maya's mother was telling them nothing. "How long can your brother survive out here?" "Owen knows where the creek runs. Knows which berries won't make him sick." Maya's voice held fierce pride. "Papa taught us both." A branch snapped behind them. Cole spun around. Through the trees, flashlight beams swept back and forth. The deputies had given up on the house and entered the woods. They got tracking dogs. Cole asked. "Sometimes." Maya grabbed his sleeve. "Tommy's cave is close. Follow me." They moved faster now, Maya leading them along a deer path that wound deeper into the darkness. The flashlights behind them spread out, searching methodically. Cole could hear radio chatter, official voices coordinating a hunt. "There," Maya pointed to a rocky outcrop ahead. Owen carved his name in that stone last summer. Fresh marks in the dirt showed where small feet had climbed recently. A candy wrapper stuck to a bush, still bright and new. Owen was here and he was alive. The radio voices got closer. One of them mentioned bringing in more men. Maya called softly into the cave opening. "Tommy, it's me. I brought help." A rustling came from deep inside the rocky hollow. A small boy emerged, dirt-streaked and hollow-eyed. Owen Caldwell looked like he'd aged years in 3 days. "Maya, you shouldn't have come," Owen whispered. "They're still looking." Cole knelt down. "Son, we need to get you somewhere safe." "No." Owen shook his head violently. "Can't go back. They'll kill me too." "Who will kill you?" Tommy's voice broke. "I saw them shoot Papa. I was hiding in the loft." Maya grabbed her brother's hands. "Tell him what you told me before you ran." 2 deputies came to the stable. "Said Papa was going to ruin everything." Tommy's words came out in a rush. "Said the sheriff had a good thing going and Papa was too stubborn to take money." Cole felt his jaw tighten. "What kind of good thing?" "Men come at night. Trucks full of stuff. Use our back pasture to meet other trucks." Owen wiped his nose with his sleeve. "Papa found out and said he was going to tell the federal marshal." "What kind of stuff in the trucks?" "Boxes, heavy ones. Men with guns watching." Owen started shaking. "After they shot Papa, one of them said they had to find me. Said no witnesses." The radio chatter was getting closer. Cole could hear boots crashing through the underbrush now. "Tommy, we have to move," Maya said. "Where?" "They own the sheriff. They own the deputies." Tommy's voice cracked with despair. "Mama won't even look at me. Thinks I'm dead too." Cole heard dogs barking in the distance. The hunt was closing in fast. Cole led the children back toward the house through a different path, avoiding the searchlights. The deputies had moved deeper into the woods, their voices fading. When they reached the back porch, Maya's mother sat in the same rocking chair, but her eyes had changed. She was watching them approach. "Mama?" Maya whispered. Ruth Caldwell stopped rocking. Her voice came out like rusted metal. "Bring them inside. All of them." Cole hesitated, but Maya pulled him forward. Inside, the house smelled like old grief and burnt coffee. Ruth's hands trembled as she gestured toward the kitchen table. "Sit down," Ruth said. "Time you knew the truth." Owen crawled onto Maya's lap, still shaking. Cole remained standing, watching the broken woman gather herself. "Jim wasn't the first," Ruth began. "My daddy was killed on this same land 30 years ago. Same reason. Same corrupt badge." "Mama, what are you talking about?" Ruth's eyes were fixed on something beyond the walls. "This land sits on the main route between the border and the city. Always has. My daddy found out the sheriff was taking money to let smugglers pass through. When he threatened to talk, they put 2 bullets in his chest." Cole felt pieces clicking together. "Your husband found the same operation. Worse, they've been using our land for 30 years, killing anyone who gets too close to the truth." Ruth's voice cracked. "I told Jim to take the money, told him to keep quiet. But he said he wouldn't let our children grow up under that shadow. Why didn't you report it?" Ruth laughed bitterly. "To whom? The sheriff? The mayor? They're all bought and paid for." She looked at her children with hollow eyes. "This curse follows our family. Always has. Always will." Outside, car doors slammed. Heavy boots approached the front porch. Sheriff Davies stepped through the front door without knocking. 2 deputies flanked him, hands resting on their weapons. His eyes swept the room before settling on Cole. "Mr. Brennan, heard you've been asking questions." "Just trying to help a family in need." Davies smiled, but it held no warmth. "That's real neighborly of you. Problem is you're interfering in official business." "What business?" "Covering up murder?" The sheriff's hand moved to his holster. "Careful now." "That's a serious accusation." Ruth Caldwell stood up slowly. Her voice cut through the tension like a blade. "Tell him about my daddy, Sheriff." Davies went rigid. "Ruth, you don't know what you're talking about." "Samuel Davies. Your daddy was sheriff 30 years ago when they killed mine." Ruth's voice grew stronger. "Same badge, same corruption, same blood on your family's hands." Cole saw the truth hit Davies like a physical blow. The sheriff's face drained of color. "My father was a good man," Davies whispered. "Your father took money to let smugglers kill my daddy. Now you're doing the same thing." Ruth stepped closer. "How much are they paying you to look the other way?" One of the deputies shifted nervously. "Sheriff, we should go." "No," Davies drew his weapon. "This ends here. All of it.